With the future of Dre Greenlaw's return to the San Francisco 49ers being as uncertain as it is, there are some additional options, and we have NFL insider Jeremy Fowler linking the San Francisco 49ers to one of the top free agent linebackers. And let's get right into it. Now, first of all, in regards to Dre Greenlaw, I know in speaking with a lot of 49er fans, everyone wants Dre Greenlaw back. I don't think there's one fan who would maybe, just not want him back at all. We understand that he was coming back from a ruptured Achilles that he suffered in the Super Bowl. And then, obviously, in his triumphant return, he was unfortunately knocked out of that game and did not return the rest of the year. So his future is in doubt. He's an unrestricted free agent, so we don't really know what's going to happen. Is he going to sign elsewhere? Does Robert Saleh returning to the San Francisco 49ers entice Dre Greenlaw to potentially return on a one-year deal that can then launch him into a bigger contract potentially? I don't know. We're going to find out. But in the meantime, the San Francisco 49ers are currently linked to another top linebacker. According to Jeremy Fowler, this is what he had to say and how he tied it back to the San Francisco 49ers. He says 3 different personnel evaluators brought up Sherwood to me unprompted when discussing the free agency class. Watch for Atlanta, which features a lot of former Jets staffing, and or San Francisco, where former Jets coach Robert Saleh now runs the defense. So Jamine Sherwood is the linebacker that he is talking about, Jets linebacker. And you might not know who he is, but boy, oh boy, did he have a productive season last year. He's 6'2", 216 pounds. Last season, he had 154 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, and 3 pass breakups. He honestly fits that mold of a Robert Saleh linebacker because in 2021, the Jets under Robert Saleh drafted Sherwood in the 5th round. Very similar to Dre Greenlaw, where he was selected when you had Saleh with the San Francisco 49ers. So Sherwood is a very productive player, but he's also a high traits player as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Spotrac projects Sherwood to make around $7.2 million annually. And so it will be very interesting to see what the market truly holds for him and what the market holds for Dre Greenlaw. Because I think the 49ers and Dre Greenlaw would want to have a reunion. I mean, who wouldn't? We saw the impact that Dre Greenlaw provided when he played against the Rams. I mean, it was unquestionable how important Dre Greenlaw has been and missed within this offense. But if he opts to go elsewhere, maybe D'Amico Ryans with the Texans offers him a deal that he can't refuse. Maybe the 49ers switch gears and go for a potential Dre Greenlaw replacement. So maybe he's the guy. Maybe he could fit that role. And honestly, in doing a little bit of research into him, he seems like he's a really quality player. And just listen to the kind of heart that he has in this.
Way critical for us. You know what I'm saying? It's still a lot of ball left in this season, but the main thing for us is to never give up. It doesn't matter who we playing or what night we playing. It's to always come out here and keep swinging. You know, the league is going to be tough day in and day out. It's about who prepares the most and who fights to the end. And tonight, we was a team that kept fighting.
So I like him. I think he would be a great fit for the San Francisco 49ers. I think he obviously hand-selected by Robert Saleh in that group with the New York Jets, and so he clearly knows this guy. He helped develop him just like Saleh helped develop Fred Warner, Azeez Al-Shaair, and Dre Greenlaw. So, it definitely appears that one of Robert Saleh's biggest strong suits is being able to develop and identify top linebackers. So it'll be fascinating to see how this plays out. And if Dre Greenlaw returns, and if he doesn't return, what do the 49ers do? Because as it currently stands, the 49ers only have 3 linebackers under contract. Fred Warner, you also have D. Winters and Tatum Bethune, who the 49ers drafted recently last year in the 7th round. So they only have 3 linebackers. They need linebacker depth. And I think if there's anything that we saw from last year, they need a legitimate running mate next to Fred Warner, because they tried Devondre Campbell and it did not work. It was a disaster. And we know how that story went. So what I'm curious about is to see how aggressive the 49ers would be going after targeting a linebacker, because as we heard from Kyle Shanahan, Devondre Campbell wasn't even their first option in free agent. He was their third. We do know about how Eric Kendricks had, it was announced that he was going to sign with the 49ers, and then he flipped to the Dallas Cowboys, and then we thought the 49ers landed on Devondre Campbell, but Kyle Shanahan mentioned that that wasn't the case. Devondre was actually their third choice for that position. So I would imagine they're going to want to get their first choice, just like they wanted to get their first choice in Robert Saleh as their DC. Who will be their first choice at linebacker? Will it be Dre Greenlaw, who has been dealing with a lot of injuries as of late, or can they turn to another Dre Greenlaw-esque linebacker in Sherwood? And that, I think, is the question that we will have to talk about. And I can already see it. I see a lot of the comments on Instagram already talking about Dre Greenlaw or bust, and I totally understand that thought process and that logic. And I also do agree, like I want Dre Greenlaw back. I don't think there's any, like I said in the beginning of this video, I don't think there's any 49er fan who would want Dre Greenlaw off the team, because we saw, just the heart and energy that he brings to that side of the football. But again, he's an unrestricted free agent, so he has the ability to go elsewhere. And I know one of the early stories of the offseason was about, the wives posting that, and the going away parties and all of that stuff, indicating that he could potentially be leaving in free agency. So we don't know what the future holds. It's very uncertain with Dre Greenlaw. So if, let's say, for example, he goes and reunites with Azeez Al-Shaair and DeMeco Ryans with the Texans, the 49ers need a backup plan, and this guy right here seems like a more than suitable backup plan. In fact, he seems like he could be a very, very impactful addition. I don't know what you guys think about this. Would you be open to this situation if, let's say, Dre Greenlaw moves on? I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.